surrounding this situation is crooked and corrupt. So
Exactly.
way to hang in there, Eugene. And I need to see what's going to happen as you grow up. So, and I got theories about how we can make that happen, but I'll get there when we get to the end. I'll
Shouts
come back
out
to
to
you.
Benji. That's who plays him. He did an
Yeah,
Yep.
awesome
he
job.
did a good job.
He did an awesome
Actor's
job.
name is Benjamin Flores
Mm-hmm.
Jr. You did
Mm-hmm.
a damn good job. Next thing we know, we're going to see you in the MCU somewhere like that real soon, brother. Hang tough. And you really don't need the MCU after such a great show like this. You can go do anything you want to do. You showed us what you made of, and I'm
Right.
happy to see you do it. Um, Moochie, this is for you.
Oh,
It
this
all
woman.
seems as though things is going to hell in a handbasket because now you got Olivia talking to the homegirl Nancy, and right now Olivia is just feeling devastated. Like there's gonna be no justice. She's even telling Nancy they about to ship my ass somewhere else because I couldn't get the job here done. But pump the brakes, my dear Nancy says. And Mooch, let me just say this: I went from in the middle with Nancy to I don't like Nancy to she saved me this season. By the end of this, I started liking Nancy again. And right here, she is led to motivate Olivia by saying, "Let me tell you something, honey child. Men will always make mistakes until their asses get caught." Moochie, talk to me about this motivational speech, woman to woman, that was given to Olivia, who was flailing.
She was flailing because she said they sent me from New York. They sent me from New York to Louisiana to New Orleans. So now I might be in Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like
Mm-hmm.
really, she feels like her career is like in the toilet where they
Definitely.
send people where you we never seen again. So yeah. So
Yeah.
she is, but she filed up her own case by being overzealous. That was one of the questions I had in the poll for last week.
Yeah.
Did she file up her own case by talking to Fia Baxter?
Yeah.
And and even though Michael tried to clear it up like they didn't know each other, of course she gonna go back and want her daddy. She's a, even though they not speaking, she's still daddy's little girl. She the out of both of her parents, her father is her favorite. You see how her and her mom's clash. So we knew how she wasn't gonna do that. So yeah, I feel like she messed it up, but I feel like it was retrievable, and they got like a good save with it. You get what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right. Definitely. How did you feel about it, Nita?
Yeah, she definitely was overzealous. She overplayed her hand. I'm glad it really didn't backfire on Brian Cranston. I don't know why I can't think of that man.
Michael Desiati, Judge
Desiato.
Desiati.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I I I don't understand. I can't talk. She was overzealous when Michael Desiato saw her and she was sitting up there talking to Fia without his knowledge, without his permission. She kind of showed her hand. She played her hand too far left. And that's
Mm-hmm.
where the downfall was. As long as she was dealing with him, I thought she was okay. But then when she started getting a little bit putting the cart before the horse, I was like, oh no, she's gonna mess this whole thing up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And end of the day, it did work out. However, it was a ride. So, but we did get there, and we'll talk about her in a little bit. Now,
All of
this next one is kind of a daddy's nightmare, and a woman's kind of, I don't want to say it's a woman's dream, but it's the way women have had to approach getting power. So, Nita, this one's going to be for you to start out. Oh boy, Mm-mm-mm. That damn Gina Baxter and her fucking crypt keeper ass daddy. And this is a little conversation about where they feel like everything is headed, where it's going. She's been done through Jimmy under the bus. She's done with Jimmy, and she's telling her daddy, let's see how she's holding his hand, stroking them. And I mean, most fathers have a soft spot for their daughters. And obviously, this old ass crypt keeper, he does too. But the one mistake that this daddy made, first of all, he's old. Like his time is past. Jimmy was the one who took over the business. And now Gina's like, since Jimmy's out the way, why don't you let me take over the business? And of course, because there is a code, and that code, usually from the beginning of time till now, has always been, when it comes to these type of organizations, we cannot have women at the lead.
Right.
And that's exactly what he tells his daughter. And the daughter's like, but I thought we make all the rules, Daddy. He was like, no, honey, not this time. So, Nita, was this the final nail in the coffin for Daddy Conti when he told her, I can't change the rules for you?
Ooh, child, I think so. I think this is it for Father Conti. He's about to kick the bucket. Now, she was playing the long game, and Big Mo
Yep.
said it herself. She said, oh yeah, she got some bite in her. So
Sure do.
we already saw that prior to maybe episode 8. She came out and she said, yeah, she got some bite. We saw that she was playing chess, not checkers. With this whole situation. She manipulated her father and got him to get Jimmy out the way. And I loved it. It was like a major chess move, because even if it doesn't go to her, it may go to Carlo, and she is in Carlo's ear. So she initially is going to be able to have the cards, because she, Carlo is her son and she controls Carlo. So right. I was like, it was a great move. And I was hoping that was the way Force was going to go. I was hoping that was how the daughter was going to kind of play her dad or do something, try to weasel her way in, because as you know, that's what you got to do to get a leg up. So they didn't go that route, but I liked it. I thought it was great.
How'd you think about this scene, Moochie? I just enjoyed the tranquil background and the holding hands. This is like another roller coaster where they're subduing you a little bit, getting you emotionally invested.
This is when you gotta pay attention when you watching stuff. This is when the seed was planted in her head, when he gave her like the no, you're not gonna be a part of this thing because it's the rules. We break all the rules. No, not this rule. So she's like, all right, I'm going to go around it. Since you're not going to let me get in and be the boss, which I know I could do a better job than my husband, I'm going to make it so I'm the boss, and you have no other choice. And what happened?
Right.
Do y'all know when the seed was planted in her head before this? She was figuring her dad out. But do y'all realize when the seed was planted in her head to take out Jimmy?
When she fed him that stupid cannoli.
I thought it was something in that cannoli, actually.
I thought it was something in there too back then. But that's when she wanted to take over. But she felt like, I'm going to manipulate this situation to keep my dad here longer so he could be in control. You get it? But the seed that was planted in her head to take out Jimmy, like the next one where she's like, all right, I'm doing this. When the father said, we can make you disappear too. So that's when she was like, all right, I need one more thing to happen. What happened? Mo. Oh, you didn't know he was going to sell the place? Her long game was tight.
Right.
So, yeah. Okay. This is what I loved about it, because how everything connected. Yeah. Everything started connecting where it's no missing pieces.
And it's great writing is the fact that this started out as a limited series. And it wasn't like a whole brainchild. Like, they came with us with 8 episodes. They hit it good, hit it hard, and they was able to pull off a season 2 with tight writing like that. That was great. That was great.
They did the thing, man. And maybe that's why it was so great, because they wanted to make sure that it was just going to be a single limited season. So they knew that it had to be great. And that single season, because it was so good, turned into a season 2 that was equally as good, which we know, hopefully, it's going to turn into a season 3.
Right. Got us clamoring for season 3.
Exactly. It has you wanting more.
Yeah.
I'm going to write some letters.
I said we should start a campaign.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try to get some interviews done.
I think we should start a campaign. I want to see Queen Mo
Yes.
Because that's what I call her I call her Queen Mo because she a queen pin.
Right.
And I would
She
love to
about to
see
take
this.
over.
Yes. I want to see more.
Yeah.
Every time you ask me something that is going to end with, I want to see more. So I need to stop saying it. I know.
All right, this is for you, Moochie. This is where Jimmy Baxter could have probably protected himself, but his ass didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So Big Mo, Little Mo come to him. They want to get out of this jazz building on the on the downtown area of New Orleans,
The French
because they
Quarter.
want to take over more drug territory. Okay,
Right.
that's what they want to do. And they want his permission. And in exchange for that permission, they're going to give him the keys to the property. He puts up his drink. He looks her in the face, and he basically said, "Bitch, no, bye, Felicia. Floor is yours, Moochie."
I'm not selling drugs. I don't do that.
Rejected.
Look, I'm glad you don't got my face showing because now I can do all my little impressions.
Oh no, we go. Let go on, do your impression, show your face, let us see it all. The people want to see you look like a white Italian man.
Your offer's rejected. Yo, but you know
Now,
what? I thought Carlo was gonna run and tell his mother.
You did? Why?
I thought yes, because it's an end for him.
To me, it felt like Carlo, he was just getting to the point where he had his dad's respect, which was part of the dad's plan to freeze out the kids from the mama. And so dad is letting Carlo get more and more responsibility. So I didn't see Carlo turning on the daddy at all, because dad was acting like, you about to be next in line, son. Your mama can't do nothing for you. I'm the man. So I didn't think Carlo was going to tell.
Yeah, me neither.
Can I ask y'all this? Do y'all think he's going to be the face of the mob? Okay, let's say if they do, I'm sorry, y'all. If they do a season 3, which we really want.
Really,
will he
really.
be the face and she's basically the puppeteer? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
It could happen. It could happen.
It has to be, because he's not smart enough to run the mob.
Not at all.
And not only that, you know who Michael already got Olivia. Look, if you want to go after him, go after Carlo. He's gonna be doing the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna end up getting caught up if they do.
Okay.
Look, Moochie,
all right,
right on season 3.
Look, now, Moochie, pull it together and stay focused now.
All
stay
right,
focused.
Okay.
Because we're gonna get to
all
these parts you're talking about. No, it's your turn to talk. Talk about this scene.
He messed up. Because he could have saved his life right here.
Yep.
He could have. It's too simple. That's why I didn't even want to talk about it. He could have saved his life right
here.
Yeah, he could have.
But he wanted to act snobby. Yeah,
he did.
Rejected.
Yeah,
I don't do drugs.
That was a nail in the coffin right there.
Yeah, that was like one. That was like the second to last one. Until when Carmine said, we can make you disappear too. When he said that was the like, bam, next to last nail. And then when she was like, Daddy, that was the final nail.
And this show is called Your Honor. Well, Jimmy banged that gavel on his own ass.
Yep, he was banging that gavel like I'm banging a hammer to hammer the nail into the coffin. Bam!
Boo. Nita, what did you think about this scene? And honestly, I thought Big Mo was pretty cool. She didn't try to force negotiations. She just took it for what it was and walked on out.
For some reason, I felt like Mo had this all in the pocket. She knew he was going to reject it. She knew she was going to go back and tell Gina, because I remember when she walked out, she said to Little Mo, "That's the long game right there. Like, I'm setting it up so we we're kind of like, hitting some pieces, doing a couple of things at one time." So Loved it.
Yeah,
I think she was totally in control of that moment.
I'm with you, Nita. I felt like she knew the whole time there was a rift between Jimmy and Gina, and she just basically felt like, I'm just checking this off the box. He can't never say I didn't come to him respectfully. I know who really wearing the pants in this relationship, because what have we seen? Time and time again, Jimmy has been emasculated by this woman over and over and over again. And Big Mo knew it. Big Mo knew it. Big Mo put the exclamation mark on this thing. And I said to myself, Jimmy's not going to get anything happy in this episode. But he did get a small moment, but it really wasn't that much.
The fact that he was able to open them eyes.
Nita, look, both of you women, get off the damn horse, okay? To stay off the horse now. If y'all want to keep doing these with me, stay in line. Okay?
Look, I'm off the horse.
Get off the horse now, but we're gonna get there.
I'll take my
now this one is for you, Nita. Now this is when I was starting to get frustrated. I was, because Judge, why are you coming down on Lee? Like what? I mean, you're supposed to be impartial.
Right.
You know, she starts going after Michael, and we getting into an argument over the name reference. Take it away, Nita. God,
yeah, definitely showing some bias and some impartial, so he was totally wrong. And I mean, he couldn't even overrule it. He couldn't do anything. He just basically said, get on with it. But he was out of pocket. He was out of order, out of line. And yeah, I can understand but listen, she played it well. I love everything she did in that courtroom, even when she calling him judge. I think that was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. Whether you like it or not, we're taking him off the high horse. You're not gonna be seeing him. If he's been stripped of his everything, then why are we still addressing him as such? I applaud Lee. I applaud Lee.
Mm-hmm. I applaud it too. And Moochie, this one's for you. Nita hit it though. I noticed how one of the themes was, don't reference him as judge, which that's going to lead up to something I'm going to talk about at the end when we get closer to the end. But I loved how Lee stuck to, he's the judge. You need to reference him as such, even though he's not now. He was at the time we're talking about this. So how did you feel about this having Michael on the stand and the things that went on, and this judge, what was his problem? You're on mute, Moochie.
I'm here. I was just taking it off. I feel like with this scene, the judge was trying to protect his colleague. Like, you're not going to talk bad about him, even though we know the circumstances of his situation. But I'm not going to let you do this in my courtroom. No, you're not doing this. And you wasn't supposed to even discuss this case. But I'm gonna let you tread lightly. I like the way the way he was doing everything with that. And she was. I liked it for the back and forth and the strategizing as far. It was wrong. But look at all you saw corruption right in your face during the trial, right?
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. That was his colleague.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, you saw corruption right here in your face as they was doing this trial. Where he calling her up, telling her he gonna put her in contempt, and he it's like nobody wanted the truth to come out.
Right.
Ooh, somebody hit it in the comments. That white privilege.
Yep.
Oh,
exactly.
Lord.
That's exactly what that was.
Well, so I guess it doesn't help that you've got two minority attorneys with a white guy that's on trial that was your former colleague, Judge.
Yeah, I guess he was extra mad.
Yeah, you impugned the integrity of judges, and now you're impugning the integrity of the great white men across these United States of America. And I have to sit here and answer to these two minorities. Damn you, Michael Desiato.
You know what I liked also about this scene
Yes.
Besides them showing the corruption in your face,
In your face.
it was just. I was worried for Lee getting. I thought they was gonna try to arrest her or put her in contempt if she kept crossing the line. But she
I
ain't
did
care.
too.
She put everything into herself to protect that boy because she knew nobody was there for him, and
Yeah.
that's what I loved about it. I know, like I like the scene, but I like the way it showed how much compassion she had for this kid,
Yeah.
and
It
and she put her career on the line for this boy.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
literally
It-
put her career on the line for this kid.
She did.
It also showed how everybody, well, not everybody, but most people in this series had nothing else to lose. Because remember, Lee was ready to get out of being a lawyer. She was like, "F this, I'm done with it."
Yes.
And she decided that since I'm already feeling like, well, I'm about to get out anyway, I might as well ride. I'm gonna go all in, ride this bitch as hard as I can.
Mhm.
And if it doesn't work, you can't say I didn't throw everything at the wall. And
Exactly.
That's what she did. Oh boy, Mooch, this one is for you. And then after Nita gives her commentary, I got a video for this one because this is when it started getting crazy. Okay. So prosecution is tearing into Michael Desiato, just tearing into him, making him say all the things that's going to hurt the case for Eugene until Michael gets here because Lee pushed the button on him and Judge Desiato reveals, guess who it was driving that car that killed Carlo? It was none other than his own son, Adam. Floor is yours, Moochie. Then Nita is yours. And wait till y'all see the painstaking video I got for that shit.
That was crazy because everybody wanted to see the look on Fia's face when the truth came out. And it was just like, oh, how can I say it? It was kind of like Desiato fell on his sword, but they showed you why, because he was protecting his son. And then even if you didn't know what happened with the trial, everybody in that town knows how powerful the Baxter family is. So they know he probably got squeezed with this predicament. So and they know that they was holding his feet to the fire, so he had to make moves the way he did. You know, I'm not trying to justify him lying and not reporting the crime, but we see where everything took place, and how everything took place.
Exactly. Your thoughts, Nita?
Yeah, it was. I go ahead. I applaud him as well for this. I mean, yeah, Moochie, you hit it. He fell on his sword for Eugene. Because in order to set the stage properly, I like the fact that he was able to paint the scenario. And I think he really played into the sympathy card, and he didn't. And the district attorney didn't even realize that that's what he was going to do. I loved it. I was just like, that was a great play, because he even found out prior to, before he even got on the stand. So he had already known. I think it was all, because he's not a dummy. Now, we've seen him go to make sure that Eugene's mom wasn't doing what they accused her of doing in season 1. So I just feel like he really knows, and I'm glad he just did the right thing. He did the right thing.
Gotcha. All righty.
Did the right thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a bunch watching me. There's a bunch chiming in from Nita's channel, a bunch chiming in from Moochie's channel. Make sure you go and like all 3 of us. Go click on all our videos, like us all, share us with your people, let them know that we're putting out great content. If you're not on somebody else's channel, subscribe to the other people you see up here on this panel. I got a video I want to show because this mess was just so chaotic, and we'll break down. This, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what happened after Michael gave his testimony. Take a look at how it made somebody behave in that damn courtroom.
I was driving.
My son, Adam.
Don't you dare!
Fia, I'm so sorry.
For what? For lying to me this entire time or for covering up my brother's death?
I'm about to come back to you in just a second, my dear Moochie. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to subscribe to our channels, download the podcast, check me out on Instagram. You can follow me on the TikTok. That was Fia after Michael just crushed her hopes and dreams. And you got to think about it like this. She looked at Michael as her new family because of how corrupt and dirty and all the lies her own family was. And then to hear this about the very man that impregnated her and gave her her current child, Rocco, to know that that man is the one who killed your brother Rocco, which is the namesake of your son, Moochie, what is going through her mind?
She feels like a idiot right now because she was in bed with this man that killed her brother.
Oh,
and
I
not
think
for
about
nothing,
it like that.
I always thought we were talking about it, and somebody was like, "Does she know?" This was a couple of weeks ago, and at first I thought she didn't know about it, and I thought Adam actually told
Me
last season, because I had said that, and I thought she knew about it, and then people was like, "Nah, she don't know," and then when I realized it was when Michael Desiato and Jimmy were talking at the field before he did the by the real estate thing, by the water. That's when I realized, oh shoot, she don't know. But I was so wrong. I had to go and make I made an apology on the last live I did, saying, I honestly thought that she knew he did it.
Me too. That's the impression that I had.
Yeah, I thought he told her last season.
Yeah.
Nope, not at all. No, they
was
kind of made
talking
it
about
seem
telling
like
her though. I remember
they kind of made it seem like he was gonna tell, and they never flushed it out. They didn't do it, and wow. So Nita, how did you feel about that? I mean, to just crystallize this, and nobody crystallizes situations better than me. Can you imagine you are actually taking in the penis of the person that killed your brother, and then you name the baby after him? Can you imagine how yucky she must be feeling right now? Take it away, Nita.
Right. And I think that's exactly what that whole thing triggered her so bad that we got the result of that. You saw that just it tore her up. And I don't know if she could look at her child the same. She definitely is not looking at Michael the same.
Nope.
The blinders have come fully off for her family and everybody that played a role. I felt so bad. She had the worst episode, I believe, in this whole thing. Because Michael, I think he's kind of checked out at this point. But I feel really bad for her being so young and everything that she's gone through, and how everything just kind of got just shattered in just that instant. It was sad.
Just devastation, man.
Yes.
Utter devastation. And Nita, this one's going to be for you too. So after all that broke, you saw the Baxter family sitting around in a huddle, just discussing how implicated are they into things Michael can say. How how much trouble will what Michael said get them into trouble? And of course, old Crypt Keeper trying to act like he's hard. I could take his ass out. I'm gonna take him out. And they cut immediately from that to someone ringing the doorbell. And I know I was holding my breath like, oh shoot. But a face that I was happy to see pops up. Nancy says, I'm here to protect you, Judge. Nita, talk about all that as you see fit.
Yeah, you know what? I was surprised that she actually did that. Because you remember she had a lot of animosity towards him in the earlier part of the season. So I thought that she was just going to be, really, I mean, she still ended up doing the right thing. You remember, you saw how it ended or whatever, but you know, it made him feel like he wasn't out there on a limb by himself. So.
And what'd you think about all that, Moochie?
On me, sorry. With this whole scene, I like the fact that she came there to protect him.
Mhm.
I thought she was coming there to take him to jail too.
Right.
But I was like, oh, okay, she is gonna protect him. Because you
Mhm.
know, the mob could be coming for him.
Right. That's right. That's right. They could have been coming for him, but thank goodness they wasn't, man. And like I said, Nancy had won me over by this point. Okay, you know, because I don't know if y'all felt it, but I always felt like there was an energy from Nancy to Michael that she kind of had a crush on him. Maybe I'm the only one seeing that, but I always kind of felt like from season 1 till now, Nancy had this she kind of liked Judge Desiato. And one reason why she was so hurt when it initially came out that he did what he did was because she had strong feelings for him. If you're a writer of the show, let me know if I'm wrong or right.
I think you're right on the money with that. She was very disappointed in his actions when she found out. Yeah, I always got some energy between them. It felt like he wasn't going to do anything. It felt like most of it was hurt, so it definitely felt like a crush. It was
Gotcha.
most of her.
You also have to keep in mind, she's the one that found the car. Remember,
That's
he
right.
told her to look for the car.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "No,
Right.
just let it go. It's old. It's maybe
Mhm.
best that we get rid of it." She
Right.
went on behind his back and went and looked for that car, and she found Kofi in the car.
That's right. That's right.
You know, she set this
Mhm.
whole thing off where it went left.
Right. Yep, sure did. Now this one's for you, Moochie. And this
Okay.
boy, oh boy, oh boy. So Moochie, we about to have Eugene take the stand. And right now it ain't looking too hot. Things is
Uh-huh.
going awry. They tearing them up there. Until Michael goes out to talk to Lee. And mind you, Lee ain't trying to have it because Lee had the second relationship with Michael, romantic relationship. And she felt dirty because of the way he did.
Yep.
And she came to him this season and said, look, help this boy. Michael's like, I'm done lying, okay? Here, he goes and gives her pertinent information about a case involving Eugene's family that eventually is able to turn things around about the use and the poverty level this family suffered, in which they couldn't even pay their gas bill. Moochie, the floor is yours.
Look, with this, I like this reminded me of My Cousin Vinny, this part,
Okay.
but in a good way.
Okay.
Because you know how she came out and she discovered those pictures and stuff like that. But anyway, I like the fact that she finally listened and he didn't have to expose himself anymore because everything was on record and it was court documented and it was the truth.
Right.
Right.
So it was just like, all right, that's a plus. That's a plus. That's a plus.
Yeah.
And I know they was tearing up Eugene on the stand, but I like the fact that he brought up his family's names. They had names.
Mhm.
That was the part where it made him. You saw the emotion. You saw him getting brought to tears. Yo, his whole family is gone.
Gone.
All of them.
Gone.
He played the hell out of that.
Yeah,
He did.
That's why, like, this kid did a good job. I want to see him in more stuff.
Yeah.
Me too. Definitely want to see him in more stuff. What you got on this, Nita, this whole thing? And Michael helped out a little bit, and Eugene had the courage, the gumption to stand up there and stand up for the rights of himself and his family, even though they tried to spin this as though he was the big bad villain.
Yeah. Just bravo. Just bravo. Just the writing, everything that Moochie said. I love that. I love when he tried to humanize his family, because it feels like a lot of times when people, and I'm going to say the jurors or whoever is on the outside looking in, it feels like they don't really see you as humans. And so I'm so glad that he was able to verbalize that and be like, no, they had names, and the fact that it was two girls. I mean, his mother was a girl too, but two little sisters and a brother. I was just like, if that didn't do nothing for you, I don't know what to say about you. That's all I'm saying. If that
They
story did not
dehumanized him.
move,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about you.
Yeah, man. Because like I said, it was a whole lot of people who had these online opinions that they felt like Eugene was wrong. What's the story? He need to go to jail. Bruh, have you watched this whole series? You must not have been
No,
watching this
he
series.
Right.
wasn't one. Carlo,
Yeah.
they needed to. You notice Carlo wasn't in that courtroom.
You know
Right.
he was.
He didn't come nowhere near that courtroom because you know why? They would have been like, please step up and put your hands behind your back. Yo, he had to stay away from that.
And so after all that was said by Eugene, we get another just classic reaction from someone else who need to get their flowers for acting their damn ass off in this series. Take a look at this clip.
We couldn't cook because we didn't have any gas.
The gas had been shut off. Eugene, are you sure about that?
Yeah, we didn't have enough money for bills. We didn't have gas for weeks.
Look at them looks on the face. Up, up.
Yo, when I seen her look back, Olympia, she was like, "This motherfucker."
She was
Like,
that was it. That was
So, Nita, you get first dibs at this. The young lady's name who's playing Fia, her name is Lily Kay. And as much as we praise Eugene Benjamin Flores Jr., we've got to praise Lily Kay because she knocked this thing. I mean, just the range of emotions she showed, not once, but 2 times. She go running out of that courtroom.
right.
I say
times.
3.
She go running out that courtroom. Nita, talk about that. Floor is yours. Let me show you the picture. Let me put Fia's face up here.
She was disgusted. You hear me? She was disgusted. And I'm going to talk about something that I saw in the chat. Like they said that they wish that she probably would have gave the baby to the grandmother, meaning Adam's grandmother. And I was just like, Gina is not going for that. So she didn't have no choice. If she wanted her child to be free of that family and how they do things, she doesn't want her, she wants to just kind of separate herself from that whole situation. And so she can do it herself, but she don't know what the family is capable of. So I think she did it for the baby's protection. And because like I said, that lady, the grandmother, she ain't nothing compared to Gina. Gina will blow your whole house up and get away with it. So
I don't know. The grandma is what is she, a senator or a state senator or something like that, a state congressperson. So there is an extra layer. Yeah, there is an extra layer of protection to that degree, which would kind of keep them off her because they are a criminal organization, and you don't want no extra heat on you.
Yeah. Well, she
what you get?
So definitely.
What you got, Moochie?
I like she had more than those 2 scenes where she was emotional. You had the beginning when you saw her in shock. She played it. You saw an array of emotions with her through this whole season. You saw her happy and relieved about when she first came to Michael Desiato's house, and she felt like it was like a normal atmosphere, a normal family atmosphere. So you saw her being content with living there. She and if that didn't happen where she found out the truth, she would have still been there. And then with her finding out the truth, and then the next day, it was just crazy.
Right.
And then when she went back, how emotional she was when they had the baby. You are monsters. It was just she did an excellent job too.
She did. She really
did. Yes. At first, last season, I had nothing but jokes for this character, and I'm glad they allowed us to see her blossom because I mean, this is how a rose blossoms, ladies and gentlemen, as a story unfolds. Because this chick just really, you had to feel something for her. She was conflicted, number one, because she didn't believe in God. Then she had a come to Jesus moment. That line she gave about, I'm starting to believe in God because I know only the devil could be the culprit of all. It's something like that she had said. I'm paraphrasing. Folks, that was some heavy stuff, man. That girl knocked it out the park, man. Way to go, Lily K. Well, Eugene is free. And because of the contributions of what Michael did, not just in this case, but prior to this, Eugene calls him over, not by his name. Eugene says, Judge Desiato, let me thank you. And the judge returns in kind. Moochie, how did you feel about this scene?
I like this scene because he knows that I like the scene for the simple fact Michael Desiato knew that this was an accident. He wasn't intentionally aiming at his son. Right. And he went out of his way to protect him even though he told the truth. So he knew what it was.
What you got on this, Nita?
Yeah, like Moochie said, we do know that it was unintentional. It was like one of the wrong place, wrong time type of situations. But I'm glad if he's able to forgive him. I think the right thing happened. Him going in protective custody, getting his life back. Oh my God. Speaking of getting his life back, like when he had to give up his name, are you going to touch on that a little bit, Lamar, about him giving up his name? That kind of, he actually had a nice little monologue about giving up his name with him and Lee and the other lady.
Olivia.
Olivia. Yeah. All right. Well, I shouldn't be laughing.
Look at his face, yo.
Let me tell y'all something.
Smug.
Every video I've done, and I've had to talk about Jimmy, I picked on this man for having an Alfred Hitchcock face, but I've also said there is nobody better in Hollywood right now for using their face to act and their lips than this guy. This guy can act without showing any teeth, and this is another scene where he's being completely emasculated by Gina, and we didn't know what she was thinking, but we just knew she folded them arms. You can feel the hatred coming. She's just oozing hatred right here. Yeah. And Nita, this goes to you first. What was you thinking was going on in this moment? Was you thinking he was smiling because he had a plan for her, or did you kind of feel like she had something brewing for him?
I think, did he have something brewing for her? I think he really underestimated her. I am so sorry. I feel like he really underestimated her. And yes, you could see the hatred, like if looks could kill. And he's just sitting up there with that little smug look on his face. That look alone, that look that Gina has on her face, that is the look like I just really want to kill you. So I think she had it. When you remember when she had the meeting with the lady from the anger management, and when the woman said F him pretty much, I said, I said that might be the nail in the coffin right there. So yeah, I think she outsmarted him. Like she had the plans going. I just think he really took his manhood, like that was just, it was the end all be all. And I don't think that he thought that she was gonna get her way. But you know, you gotta wake up a little earlier for Gina. So
well, in this moment, I mean, she had already said, "Me and you ain't together no more." Yeah. And you know, she kept poking at him. I give him credit for not wanting to go and try to choke her like we seen in Godfather of Harlem. But he maybe thought it was just gonna, be water off his back. We ain't
Mhm.
together no more, so FUB. Moochie, how did you interpret this scene between these two?
Okay, she was like, "You should have never been involved with the Conti family. My father should have never put you in charge of the Conti family." He was like, "That was his best decision." When he did the face. So
Right.
yeah, but she calculated this whole thing. She was calculating from the time, like I said, she was getting her information and deciding what she was gonna do. And when she had the meeting with the person from the grief council, when she saw her in the coffee shop, and she said, from this point on, you can worry about your children. You can get another husband.
Uh-huh.
Once
Yep.
she said that,
That was it.
and
That
she
was it.
went back to that balcony and told him that, she was already over with him.
Done.
We're not going to be seen in public. We're not going to be doing anything. She let it be known. Even told him to stay home from court. Because remember, the first day they went to court, Carmine was like, where's Jimmy? He should be here. He's in charge of the family. She made him stay home.
Now, Moochie, yes, that was the nail in the coffin. I agree with you. But to be honest with you, Gina has been done with Jimmy way before this series started.
Yeah.
She wasn't even
she
giving
was
him no draws.
Rocco.
She wasn't
done
giving
with
him no
the moment
draws.
she said it on the balcony. Our marriage changed the moment Rocco died.
Yeah.
Because she blames him for buying the bike.
Right.
She blames him for how he handled the situation, because she's the one that basically put the battery in his back to blow up their house.
That's
and
right.
then he thought he was going to win by threatening her freedom. She like, nah, you're not going to, I'll take your life before my freedom is threatened. And I'm not going to do it with my hand.
She is a conniving little thing. See, and women like her is the negative stereotype of why Hillary Clinton didn't become the president, because there's too many men and women afraid that a woman like this could get in power and be this dangerous. Definitely. But that wasn't the only chaotic thing going on in that Baxter Hotel. Thea comes back mad as hell, wants to leave and wants to get her baby. And look at that evil serpent grabbing the baby. Then she got the Crip keep her hand all on the baby butt and shit. Daddy trying to hold her back. Nita, you get first dibs on this one. Look at the chaos in this picture. Damn.
Yeah.
Give me my baby.
How dare you keep me from my baby? They were like, oh, look at the state that you're in. You're in she was kind of in a frantic state. I give you that. But listen, you're not gonna be able to tell me I can't protect my child. What are you talking about? Like, that is my child. So they was out of order with that. And I was just like, oh my God, are they gonna keep the baby? And when I saw that, I said, nah, she gonna do something to hurt them. She gonna do something to hurt them. And I knew it was coming. I just knew it was coming.
Yeah, Mooch, I'm gonna give it to you. How the hell you think you gonna keep your baby from me talking about I might hurt something when y'all asses done burnt folks' families to the ground, done killed people? I don't want my baby to be touching you killers. Floor is yours, Moochie.
She just saw how evil her family is. All four of them in that room are evil. And the mother is the worst one out of all of them. She doesn't realize. I want to know, when is she gonna? Well, now that she's gone, we're not gonna know. But did she realize it was her mother that put her father up to doing that to their house? So that's the part. I don't know. The first, and you know what though? She gave him an opportunity to tell the truth, and he still lied. So I'll leave it with that.
That's what really hurt her. That's really what did them in, because she was that bothered the mess out of her. But then we learned also, here's something Nita was talking about. The government is going to protect Eugene as long as he's willing to testify against the Baxter family. He's going to have to change his name and all that good stuff. You got our 3 real deal female heroes working on the case, trying to get real deal justice. Happy that Eugene can be protected by the government. Only difference is he's going to have a new name. Moochie, first dibs on this one. What did you think about this scene of these three ladies working hard, done got Eugene some freedom?
I loved it. I loved it because it was everybody working together to save this boy.
Right.
And it wasn't like how they usually discard young black men and put them in jail. So I love the fact that they did that. Because I felt bad that he had to change his name.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted him to go back to Houston, but I feel like they're right. This is the best thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
Time served, start a new life, fresh start, and it was like I liked it. It was really good.
Right. What you got, Nita?
It was a stark contrast from Gina. So it was a good look for the women that we had these three superheroes in the room working for Eugene. So there's your to the men or the women that y'all saying about Hillary Clinton being in office or whatever. Here's the other side of that. You have women that be doing the damn thing. So there you go.
I would beg to say this is the majority side of it. This is the majority side of the females right here doing it. Like I said, the Hillary Clinton one comparison is a stereotype. That's not the majority of women. This would be the majority of women right here. And the next one, ladies, it's another video tribute because this bitch got on my nerves, and she deserved all the jokes I got for her. Take it away, man. Conniving little bitch.
It's Jimmy. He blames me for what he did to that Jones family. He's always held it against me.
It's all right. It'll be okay.
Oh, but he's going to confess to the police.
What?
And he's threatened to implicate me too because he hates me. He told me that. He wants to take me down. He's gonna destroy us.
Is he in his room?
Oh,
Play right into that.
Moochie, this fool gonna say, "Is he in his room?" Like you about to go give him milk and cookies and shit. Is he in his room?
He wasn't gonna give him milk and cookies. He was giving him 2 hot ones.
He's gonna give him some hot ones, all right. Now, Moochie, this is why I say women are the most dangerous species on the planet. Human females are the most dangerous species on the planet because she has killed at least 8 people and ain't even lifted a finger.
I know.
Series. Hasn't lifted a finger. So talk to me about how you like that breakdown and how she manipulated Daddy.
She manipulated him to a T. She did a Karen. This was her Karen moment. He's gonna put me in jail. He can't stand me because he feels like the whole family hates me because of what they did to the Jones family, what he did.
And did you see how she wiped away them crocodile tears? As soon as he walked
off, like mission accomplished.
Boy.
And you could tell. Now, listen, I feel like she was probably she definitely was trying to get 2 birds with 1 stone. But her calling the police
immediately
ended up saving the other stone that she was trying to hit. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't really work out in her favor. So I don't know. Like we said, we need a season 3. I'm still trying to figure out how he survived from 2 chest shots.
Right.
He got in the heart. Isn't it 1 in the heart?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It should be.
But he's not. It must have grazed it because he's still alive, y'all. He woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He woke up.
But he looked like he was bleeding out quite a bit, though.
She called the ambulance to make sure her father get arrested. That's what she did. She still killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Because look how old he is. He already got 1 foot in the grave. This dude gonna die in jail.
Right. And on top of that, first of all, how the hell Crip Keeper ass can get that little 6-shooter? I mean, my man, he can't even get it all the way up. The bitch couldn't get the gun up to his eye level. He's so damn old. And then secondly, The fact that Gina called the police, she heard gunshots on her property. Shouldn't the police be having questions about this? Is like the second time in a couple of months we done had to come to your damn property for another shooting.
Yeah.
Like what the hell is going on up in this piece? Okay, like come on.
It feels like they just kind of turned the other cheek with the Baxters. Just their
She
family.
calculated the whole thing for the simple fact she made it where everything was, the whole shooting is on camera.
On camera.
So she could just be like, he just got mad and stormed down the hallway after him. I don't know what happened.
And she's standing there looking at her old devious ass. Just standing there looking.
Look, let me see how this play out.
Boy.
Like she watching TV.
Yes. My goodness. Wow. And then, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to get out of here, they kind of summarize the whole episode. First, we get this gentleman coming to what used to be Big Mo's spot to play some music, and she denied him. And when she denied him, I was thinking to myself, I was like, this nigga can probably sing. I was like, you can't. This Negro probably can sing. He did sing, and he's singing his ass off. And the song he was singing, talking about the rain and all that, they go through Big Mo's transition. They go through Mayor Figaro, which we didn't see much. The saddest part was Fia giving up her baby. This hurt.
Yeah.
And then they go through Fia driving away, who you guys know. I was so scared that while she was driving away, they might have her crash or something because she's so devastated. Thank goodness they didn't. And that's when we get Michael opening up his Jimmy, opening up his eyes to be like, I need some get back. And then last but not least, we got Olivia finally getting the justice she deserved, only for us to see this bitch sitting on top of the world. Give it to you first, Nita. Just pick up anywhere amongst the ending scenes that you want to go.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to the performer that sung that song. The song choice was perfect.
Perfect.
I loved how it just kind of played out through the rest of, just the
summarization at the end.
Oh my goodness. It was so good. Mm-hmm. The fact that Gina ended up on top, I'm still pissed about.
I know, man. Lord.
Okay. We'll see. She is making a lot of enemies, so we'll see what will come of that if we get a season 3.
Right. Definitely. Moochie, what do you got for the summarization of how all things ended?
Mute.
You're on mute, Moochie.
I saw it in the chat. I honestly did think she was going to get with the pastor at first because she kept running to him to talk to him.
Oh.
And I thought she was going to get with him because they had so much in common and he knew how to talk to her. As far as her giving up Rocco, I was blindsided with that.
Me too.
And I was like, dang, she gave up the baby.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to, but you got to keep in mind, she's not even, I don't even think she's 18. She had to go for the GED. She knows she can't have this kid on her own because it would be fun. It would be very hard. So yeah, I know they can't have relationships, but I know I was thinking that though. Look, my mom be going places like throwing birds and stuff like that. But anywho, I love the way they showed that. I like the way they showed Carmine in jail. I want to know, is he gonna rat? Because she's right there. So it like I said, we gotta see a season 3 because it's so many things they could do with this show. And the song was awesome. Right. It made the whole montage emotional with that.
It did.
That's what I liked about it.
I mean, they did an amazing job with that, and you can only imagine the feelings that is going to be going through this girl. I assume that she didn't want to have that constant reminder of just how sad her relationships with her family was, which that baby would do that. But I think that at some point in time, she's going to get older and she's probably going to be worried about that baby. Even though it's a reminder of the bad life, it also could have been the start of you setting a new trend with Baxter men and the Baxter family. And so maybe at some point in time we do get another season. Maybe they'll have her come back to that family and want to talk to them and maybe have a part in the child's life, which would be totally up to that family if they want her to have that part in their life. Because right now that family don't even know who the mama is. They don't know. They got it from the pastor. But I'm sure the pastor could come vouch on her behalf and just say, you know, the mom wants to have a part in her life, and we can get some more story to that. I definitely want to see what happens when he recovers from all this trauma he suffered, because he's probably going to wind up, he could go to jail, talk to Carmine, and Carmine can reveal to him, you was about to throw my daughter under the bus, and he'd be thinking, I was about to do what? Where'd you hear that from? She told me the whole story. And then he gonna be like, that bitch. Talk about sleeping with the enemy.
Do you think, do you guys think that she's came to that hospital? Or do you think he's like on his own and it's just Carlos coming there?
He's on his own. He's on his own. Carlo might not even show up. You know, I think that if they was to do a new season, the person that should show up before anybody is Fia. That's who should show up. If anybody, Carlo don't need to show up, Gene don't need to show up, should be Fia to show up. Because this type of situation is one of the ones where when you've done something so harmful to family members that they don't want to see you no more, an event like a death or a birth of a child is the kind of thing that can at least get you down the path of having communication again. Right. And I could see that being something that could get her there. And I'll get you guys out of here on this. Moochie, will start with you. Last but definitely not least, my main man, Michael Desiati, takes that signed baseball and throws that bitch in the river. And I would have jokes like, dude, you throwing away $1 million ball. However, for him, life right now has no more value. And this season started out with him trying to commit suicide in jail. But that was before his conscience was cleared. His conscience is cleared now. The truth is out there. So they sent him to jail in the end. But Moochie, do you think this will be a different stint in jail for him versus the first time? And can we ever see him get out?
I want to know how much time he gonna do. Because he was in jail and Olivia got him out. So that's basically what you're saying is Nancy put him back in.
She drove him there.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, when I seen that part, I was like, he's going back to jail. And I'm like, it's gonna be different because I feel like how can I say it? Well, he's not gonna want to take his own life now.
Right.
But I don't know. Cause even they wasn't really messing with him in jail like that. So it's not like his life is in danger.
Nope.
Most of the guys was looking out for him because he was a pretty good judge.
Yeah, he was a great judge. He had looked out for them. So they
so they know he got jammed in a situation where he did something to protect his son. I believe that. And people probably like, well, what? I probably would have did the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the same thing about why would he go back to jail? And I was like, when I was thinking about that whole thing about Nancy trying to protect him.
Yeah, that was confusing.
Yeah, it kind of felt like she almost did the opposite, but I don't know. I'm still, maybe she's making him do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at the end of the day, he still did some things that was, wrong. As far as like that trial, getting Carlo off and all that stuff. So,
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude it for us. Wow. What a series. Hopefully it's not done. I don't think it's done. Like they're telling us anything to keep the mystery going, but I don't think it's done. We should be getting a season 3. There's so many storylines they need to sew up. And you can always come to any one of us, all 3 of us, subscribe to our channels, check us out so that you can get the latest news in your honor. Hopefully, season 3. That's going to do it for us. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, download that podcast, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, And we got TikTok. You can check us all out there. So that Sex is Hell video. We out of here.
Ew.